Come see the newest paint guide for Warhammer 40k and quite possibly one of the best. Spiky bits.
Make sure you stay in the trenches by becoming a supporter over on Patreon and also scoring yourself some free miniature swag in the process. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Check out our site, spikybits.com, for all the hot hobby tutorials, news, rumors on all your favorite hobby topics. And head on over to thelongwar.net. That's the home of the battle reports for exclusive content, early access videos, and more. Become a veteran of the Long War today.
Alright, welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. Baer here again today with one of my personal favorite items that I've ever reviewed on here. I knew when I saw the previews on Games Workshop site, I was like, ooh, this is going to be interesting. And sure enough, this is a really good paint guide. Now, I know a lot of folks out there are like, yo, I just want the old days where I got the paint guide and the codex, or Games Workshop had the content for free on their site, etc., etc. You know, we can lament about days of the past forever on here on this channel. Trust me, I could fill volumes on it. But moving forward, this is a cool product that I feel like a lot of folks out there might want to pick up because this book is only $10. Now, granted, it's only 32 pages, so you know you kind of gotta I guess kind of balance it on that. Like, hey, if you got an extra $10 burning a hole in your pocket this weekend, do you pick this up or do you pick the new White Dwarf up? And I feel like you pick this up because the White Dwarf's going to be around for a month. You don't know how long these paint guides are going to be around for. And this one literally is useful to every Space Marine player out there, and I'll show you why. So first off, obviously, the new Horse Heresy Burner and Prospero is a big thing this weekend. It's officially released. You've seen teasers and stuff on this channel over the past week. Of course, you've seen unboxings, and everybody seems to have this thing. It's a great set for the money. I'm not even going to get into it. Now, as far as the paint guide goes, I also feel like it's great. It's a great guide for the money. So first off, like I said, oh, it isn't a 32. Excuse me, it was a 48. I misspoke there. So it's a 48-page paint guide, and I really like this little intro here. It's like, even more disturbing than are the rumors from the Istvan system. There are many who claim that Horus has turned from the light and has embraced the forbidden power of chaos. Can he hope to claim his father's throne for himself? While there are many Primarchs who would deny such an unthinkable betrayal, others secretly wonder if their own allegiance has been misplaced. Very, very much food for thought right there, especially this in an election year here in America where there's always two sides to pick from. But, you know, at the end of the day, every side has its pros and has its cons. You know, there's a viewpoint for everything, I suppose. And it's no different with the Horus Heresy, of course, the Imperium's Civil War from 30K. So as far as contents go, what I like about this is got a little intro, got a little fluff section, then it gets into your basics on technique, base coating, shading, layering, dry brushing, and texturing, which really they're just kind of showing you how, I think it was it a Space Wolf or was it T-Sun? It was a Space Wolf. So they're basically breaking down more in depth how to paint a Space Wolf, right? And then it gets into the actual 4 big kind of types of things in here. So you got the Custodes, you got the Sisters, you got Gygor, and you got Aramount. And then he breaks it down how to paint all that, right? Okay, so that's cool because some of those are completely different. Like a Sister is completely different from a Custode. They give you all the paint schemes, they give you examples, we'll show you in here as well. Then what I really like about it, of course, it gets into painting Thousand Sons and painting Space Wolves. And then the other 16 legions right there are all represented, right? So it's all in here. All 18 existing legion paint schemes are in this book. So you want to play Ultramarines, this is the book for you. You just pick it up, shows you some techniques, shows you how to paint Ultramarines. Boom. Same with Death Guard, same with Alpha Legion. Alpha Legion is a tough army to paint. It's all in here. And then of course in the back they have the favorite combinations. Alright, so let's jump right into this one. Like I said, fluff section first. You know, stuff we haven't seen before. Although I hadn't seen this full like kind of painting of the, what was this, A Thousand Suns or Burner Prospero. I forget which book it was, but I never noticed that guy had a heavy Vulture right there, which I thought was pretty neat. Of course, Thousand Suns side, hey, we've got a different point of view. This is what we think. And then it gets into the techniques like the layering, the base coating, the shading, the dry brushing. But what, like I said, what I liked about it was it jumps into the different types. Like you got the Custodes, then you've got the Sisters, And these blue sections are basically showing you not anything to do with painting, just the fact that this is how we're going to break down this tutorial, and they give you the different sections there. I looked at it for a minute, I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, it's like, you know, the instruction book on, you know, for different kits. Like, this is basically their instruction manual of the sections and how they're going to go about it right there. See, it's pretty cool once you think about it. I like what they did there. That's the first time we saw that. Gygor, and then of course Ahriman himself on the next page. Then, like I said, it breaks into the legions themselves. No need to show you all of that because it's very, very inclusive, and we're not going to show you every page in here because this is a first look, fair use review video. So, do I think it's worth the money? Yes, I've already said it. $10, I think, pick this up instead of the White Dwarf. But if you got money for both, well, the White Dwarf might be where it's at for you. And in the very back, of course, the favorite paint combination. So overall, I think this is a great guide, not just for painting miniatures from the Battle of Prospero, but if you're doing 30K, if you're doing 40K, this is a really good guide for you. And I could see this sticking around for a while, hopefully. But who knows, their print runs and things like that. Things get allocated, things go out of print, out of stock. You just never know with Games Workshop. So a lot of times, if something's only a couple bucks, just pick it up just so you have it, you know, for reference and things like that going forward. And of course, you can always, you know, resell it at a later date. These things don't seem to go down in value, so I feel like it's a solid buy all the way around this holiday season. If I left out anything, you got questions, comments, omissions, corrections, please drop it below, and we will get to them as soon as we can.
Deleted scenes, bonus content, and all the interviews and post-game wrap-up videos can be located in the Hall of Veterans on thelongwar.net. Visit thelongwar.net today and try a week completely free with no strings attached. That's not all. Thelongwar.net is also your hobby resource for exclusive early access with an ad-free experience to all your favorite videos. Members of the Hall of Veterans gain early exclusive access to multiple hobby videos.